Destiny, Nas's daughter, has been wildin' out. On Nas's new single, Daughters, he addresses the recent antics of his daughter.
Basically, he went through a couple of his own situations, most notably his daughter Destiny being on Twitter with a box of condoms, naming her car cocaine. You know, he basically addressed these things. Carmen Bryant quickly jumped to Twitter, slandered the hell out of him, got real pissed at him, said like he should have never wrote a song about that. The song was for the crowd, it wasn't for her. We of the Jump Off clan, being non-parental people, have
you know my ass ain't having no kids
that he knows of.
I'm wearing a condom right now. What we did do, we got some close friends and families. All three of these gentlemen have daughters. You know, we have them in here to actually speak on it. Jerry Barrow, Chuck Creekmore, Daytwan Thomas.
I feel like your parents can be porn stars and you can still have a stable household and a good kid. And on the same note, you can be preacher's daughter and preacher's kids and be rebels and badasses.
And I would like to be one of the first people to say Destiny gets what's coming to her.
Are you serious, my dude?
I don't have a child. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I do. I grew up in a house full of women though. You take accountability for your actions, for what you do, you are held responsible. Not for what somebody does to you, for what you do.
Where did you learn that?
In my house from my mother.
Who taught you that?
My mother.
Okay, so what was Destiny's mother doing? Also on Twitter, yelling at her father.
Yeah, she's got a ratchet mom.
I'm not a parent, but I didn't agree with Mecca's comment either that she's 17 and she should know better. Especially in your teens, you're a product of your environment and you're a product of what you were raised to believe.
Oh, okay, so she learned ratchet and you learned accountability.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
But none of those things are gonna keep you out of jail once you get into this real world. You can't sit there and blame your mom for what you did, for what she didn't teach you. At 17, you know better. That's all I'm saying.
First of all, your dad should not be making a song about you fucking up. One.
That's not that.
Not like.
No, that's not fair.
You're on Twitter. Let me say, I got the youngest daughter probably out of all three of us. Mine is only 3, and I have a certain sense of protection over her already. You know, as a father, I don't know if rappers can be held to this different standards. If you're a bad person, you're a bad person. It's going to come out in your seeds. If you're a good person and you do the things that right by your children, that's what's going to come out. You're going to literally, it sounds cliche, but you're going to reap what you sow. She came home from nursery school one day. I said, who are your friends in school? Oh, Nicholas, he gives me cookies. I was like, who's Nicholas? You know, now I understand Nas kind of jumping to say something. If my daughter did something crazy, I might have wrote about it. I might have did an article about, you know, why are children on Twitter? Why are they on Facebook? My kids ain't gonna have any Facebook accounts. They may not even have cell phones. All they're gonna get is those 2-button joints with the police and fire code and mommy in the phone, the pre-dial. That's all they get. You know, Biggie said ratchet stuff. Common, you know, as nice as a guy is, he's had songs that were not the nicest, about women or about whatever. That doesn't mean he's a bad father or his daughter's gonna come out crazy. I think Daughters was better than Black Girl Lost too. I thought that was struggle because he was like, I love you but I hate you, but I gotta tell you about yourself. No. I like that he made it more personal at least this time, and he took some responsibility. He said, listen, I was too cool with you. So at least he put himself in the situation and didn't just say, my daughter's wilding out. You know? Players always get the daughters first, but it was like,
all the time. I do feel like with the song, all right, this went public.
Yeah.
So you did something publicly. I got hit publicly. Mm-hmm. Now you're gonna get hit publicly. Like Mac was saying, we're not the parents. So to not have that experience just yet, you know parents, you have parents, or you've had parents, you don't know what it's like to be one. So it's a different thing. And this is where hip hop is crossing into that, generational stage for real. It seemed like he was like, this is gonna be your punishment as well as my wise words to you going forward for everyone.
So the conversation was had with maybe the daughter and not Carmen.
Could have.
That's what it
That's
sounds
the thing.
like.
Yeah, because right after she got on Twitter and tweeted pictures and.
My thing is I thought the conversation wasn't had with the daughter. If the conversation was had with the daughter, then I think green light.
It seemed like he didn't.
If it didn't have the conversation, then it's like you pull back. It's like you pull back. But Carmen didn't have the conversation. She didn't get the conversation. She didn't get the call.
Well, Carmen's writing books. I wouldn't be talking to her anyway. Like, this is between me and her. I saw what happened on your watch. Right. I'm taking my responsibility. Like, I fucked up. Here's me having my conversation with my daughter. You can relax.
If Nas is saying openly in the song he was not really there the way he should have been, he was too loose with you and he was too homeboy with you, and you can look at Carmen's past and things she's put in her book and sort of paraded proudly. The average person is going to look at that situation and say, yo, she probably wasn't taught the way she was supposed to be taught. And I think that you gotta remember, she didn't ask to be born to Nas.
He said it's hard raising a daughter as a single father. He took Carmen all the way out of the equation.
I was raised by a single father, and I hope to God he had the conversation with her first before the song. That's my only.
With the daughter.
I'm taking Carmen out of it. I hope he had the conversation with Destiny
to let her know
first.
that was gonna happen.
To let her know, hey, forget the song, forget the tweet thing. This, I'm concerned about you. Like, what's going on? Because you got this nigga in jail. You got condoms on whatever. You got the cocaine whip.
Personally, I don't have any children. I don't know. I know the single parent and the joint parent struggle, but at the end of the day, Nas did what he felt was necessary as a father. We're not in that household. We didn't raise her, so I can't really call it, was it a good or bad decision. Hopefully he had that conversation with Destiny, and hopefully she understands the ramifications of what she's doing in the public eye, and hopefully she won't do it anymore.
I need to put a check on you.
Is this the ultimate check though? Because you could have that conversation, they could still go wild out. Is this the thing where he's like, you know what, I need something hard early to let her know that this can't happen.
But does she see it as the ultimate check if she's tweeting pictures from the video set? This may just be to her the ultimate shout out.
At first, yes.
The song keeps going and more people are, now you're in a public eye. You want to be in a public eye? Now you're all the way in a public eye. And everybody knows how your father feels about the shit you do.
I don't think that his daughter wilding out is some type of punishment for songs that he's done. It's a punishment for being a bad father. And I think he acknowledges that, and he'll correct it, hopefully, and be a better parent tonight and to her moving forward.
Isn't he saying though that he's going to adjust his parent style going forward? He's pretty much saying that even though, we're going to have this video and it's going to be fun and we're going to make this reality or edutainment or whatever, but things are going to change with my relationship with you going forward. And your mother hasn't helped the situation.
We got to give Destiny a little bit of a pass because she's probably still scarred from the whole baby seat incident from back in the day.
I wasn't going to bring that up.
I'm just saying that button broke.
She didn't ask to be indirectly the subject of diss tracks. Just like she's 17 and she should know better, Mecca is an adult and he should know better.
I say it jokingly, but really, she's really been in the public eye since a child. You have to take that into consideration.
That is true.
If he hasn't been parenting the way he should have been, this is what happens. She's gonna act out.
So last week I saw somebody tweet something saying, how do you think Jay-Z is going to explain his music to Blue in 10 years? I got a question for you guys. As these artists get older and their kids, which most of them have now, get older, do you think they're going to end up regretting or paying for their lyrics with their children?
I don't let my daughter listen to anything. But obviously she's in the world and she finds a way. From going to the malls, from being in the supermarket, from sometimes jumping in the car and the radio's kind of just on.
I don't think Jay is going to have that problem specifically. He's actually said these things. Jay has actually mapped out his growth in every project he's done. And he has a song about Blue. If he walks her through every album, listen, this is when Daddy was a kid. Daddy was wilding out. Daddy was wilding. And this is when I got a little older, but you still see I'm fucking up. And well, here's a song about you. And look at all the stuff that came before. And now look at all the stuff that comes after now that you're here. You helped Daddy to get to
where I'm at now.
Right. Jay is an older father than Nas was when he had his child. He's had time to sit back, and of course I expect Jay to be a better father because you're older. You're married, which does make a difference. I'm sorry people want to say, oh, it doesn't matter if you're married to. It does make a difference because you need support as a parent.
You have younger siblings. How old are your younger siblings?
One is 21 now. Another one is 25.
Let's say that Destiny's right now under the same parental circumstances as your little sister.
You made that bed. You have to lay in it. This world don't make no way for weak people. Weak-minded, weak stance, weak nothing. I can only buffer for so long, and if you're wrong, you're wrong. When I was wrong, my father let me get punched in the face. You will get what's coming back to you. Karma is not some mysterious fucking theory. It's an actual working thing, and when it comes to you at 17 years old, you have to know that. And if you don't, prepare to grow up real quick.
All celebrity kids suffer a consequence. They're in the public limelight, so they'll either use it to good or they'll rebel.
Who had the best groupies?
Don't get niggas in trouble.
No, I asked the questions that need to be asked.
What?
Why?
Transform into.
I asked the question that he. Thank you, Barbara Wawa.
Yeah, exactly. Like, all right, Katie
I'm here for the
Couric.
cause. I do for people.
Did Boston have the best groupies?
Boston always has good groupies.
I didn't hear that.
How did you hear that?
Who even tells you that? Who said that? Who did you ask before
Wait,
me?
did you see that?
Was Bron McKnight there?
Genuine?
Really, guys?
No?
Legitimate. I asked the question that needed to be asked.
I don't know where they were.
Who were you with though? Like, why were you there? How old are you? Backstage, front stage, side stage, center stage?
So your answer is Boston?
I don't have an answer. I think New York has like
Illest groupies ever.
I love you, New York!
New York doesn't love you.
Like, who's Nicholas?